I work as a night cleaner at the city library, never touch the red book on the basement shelf. I've been working as the night cleaner at the city library for 3 years now. It's a quiet job, mostly. Peaceful, even, rows upon rows of books, shelves standing like old sentinels, the soft hum of fluorescent lights above. You get used to the solitude. You start to see the place as yours. I thought I knew every inch of that building. I thought wrong. The basement had always given me a strange feeling. Cold draft, flickering lights, that kind of thing. But I never complained. It was just a basement, damp, full of old microfilm reels, and ancient stacks nobody read anymore. Then one night, I saw it. The red book. It didn't belong. All the books on that shelf were faded, brown, black, navy, cracked leather or fraying cloth spines. But this one was crimson. Vivid. Like it had been dipped in fresh blood. No dust, no cobwebs. Brand new and pulsing with something that didn't feel normal. I should have ignored it. Just another eccentric donation from decades ago. But when I passed it, I could swear it whispered my name. The first night I heard it, I ran. Left the mop bucket behind and sprinted up the basement stairs like something was chasing me. I didn't even lock the door. The library was empty, and yet, I kept glancing over my shoulder all the way home. I told myself it was my imagination, maybe a mouse scurrying behind a shelf, maybe the plumbing groaning. That's what I told myself. The next night, the book had moved. Not far, just a few inches out from the shelf. Like it was waiting. I refused to touch it. I cleaned the floor around it without looking directly at it, keeping my eyes down, never stopping. I started humming to myself to drown out the whispers, but they got louder the longer I stayed. Male voices, female, some that sounded like children, others like they were gargling glass. "Open me," they hissed. "You want to know?" On the fourth night, the power went out. Pitch black. My flashlight barely cut through the darkness. When I swept it toward the shelf, the red book was open. Pages fluttering by themselves, though there was no wind. Shadows spilled from its spine and began to take shape, tall, thin things with too many joints. Their faces were all wrong, like a child had tried to draw a person from memory. They didn't move. They just watched. I backed up slowly, step by step, until my heel hit something soft. I turned, nothing. When I looked back at the shelf, the red book was closed again. I didn't sleep that night. I drank a full pot of coffee and kept every light in my apartment on. I told myself I'd quit the job. Find something else. But the next evening, my hands packed my cleaning supplies, and I found myself walking back through those heavy oak library doors. I wasn't in control anymore. Something had taken root in me. There are rules now. They came to me in a dream. No, not a dream. A message. 1. Never look directly at the red book. 2. Never speak to the voices, no matter what they promise. 3. If you hear your own name whispered in your ear, do not turn around. 4. Always leave by 3 a.m. sharp. Never, ever stay past that. 5. And most important, never touch the red book. Not even to move it. It's been a week since I touched it. Yes, I broke the rule. I don't remember doing it. I just remember waking up in the basement, the book in my hands, open to a page that was blank except for a smear of something that looked like ink. Or blood. My fingertips were stained. And since then, I've seen things that no one else does, people who aren't there, shadows with eyes, reflections that move when I don't. I can't leave now. I tried to quit, but the library won't let me. Every job offer disappears. Every attempt to leave the city ends with me blacking out and waking up back in the staff room. I'm stuck here. I think I'm becoming part of it. The other night, I looked at my reflection in the glass of a display case. It blinked before I did. And tonight, the red book has vanished. But I can still hear it. Calling my name. From behind the shelves. From inside my head. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe, just maybe, I'm already written inside it. I didn't sleep the next day. I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw pages flipping, the dry, leathery whisper of parchment echoing through the halls of my mind. I dreamed, while awake, of words scrawling themselves in ink that bled like veins on the paper, shaping stories not yet lived. Stories of me. Of my routines, my thoughts, even the exact phrases I muttered in my sleepless panic. I returned to the library that night more out of compulsion than duty. My hands trembled as I unlocked the main entrance. The heavy doors groaned open, like a sigh of welcome, or warning. The place seemed colder, the shadows stretched longer, and the fluorescent lights flickered as if protesting my return. Everything looked the same on the surface, yet different, subtly rearranged, like a dream that mimicked reality but had something off. The janitor's closet door was open, though I had closed it. A mop leaned upright, dripping water that had pooled into a circle, not a random puddle, but a perfect circle, as if traced with intention. The hum of the HVAC had stopped. The entire building held its breath. I told myself I'd stay away from the basement. Just do my rounds, clock my time, leave. But as I passed the stairwell door, I heard it, a soft rustle, like pages flipping in rapid succession. Then, and I swear this on my own trembling soul, I heard a voice. My own voice. Whispering. Laughing. Chapter 5, it said. The Descent. Against every survival instinct, I opened the stairwell door. It was darker than usual, the emergency light above the basement door blinked red, casting the walls in flashes of bloody hue. The air grew thick, damp, and foul, like mildew soaked in old ink. Each step creaked under my weight, echoing far louder than normal, as though amplifying my hesitation. The basement door was open this time. Not ajar, fully, defiantly open, revealing the pitch-black room beyond. But amid the blackness, one spot glowed faintly, the red book, resting where I had left it, untouched. Or so I thought. The shelf around it was different now. The other books had vanished. The entire unit bent forward unnaturally, warped toward the floor like it was bowing. The red book pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. I should have run. God help me, I should have. But I stepped forward, drawn like a moth to a flame. The book opened as I approached, on its own, and flipped rapidly through dozens of pages before settling, spine crackling, on a new spread. And there, printed in looping, oily ink, was my name. My name. The date. The exact moment I had opened the stairwell door. Then, a fresh line appeared beneath it, writing itself with impossible speed. He reached forward, trembling, unable to stop himself. And I did. My fingers grazed the page, and it was warm. Not like paper at all. It breathed under my touch. The moment I made contact, the room exploded in noise, whispers screamed from all directions, indecipherable but angry. The shelf snapped upright, the lights in the basement blinked out completely, and I was trapped in a void, the only light coming from the pages in front of me. I turned to run, but the basement door had vanished. No exit. No stairs. Just stone, slick and pulsing with veins like the pages of the book. From behind the shelves came movement. Something stepped forward. No footsteps, just presence, as though the dark tilted forward. The creature was not a creature at all, it was a silhouette shaped like me. Exactly like me. Same face. Same clothes. But the skin was stretched too tight, and the eyes were solid black. It smiled without emotion. "You read too far," it said, voice flat and distorted like a recording of my own. It reached out, and I felt it, even from across the room. My hand tingled, the veins rising, tracing the same words as on the page. I screamed. No one heard. Or maybe they did, and they're just not allowed to respond. Because I don't think I ever left that room. I'm still here, maybe not in flesh, but in paper. In words. In ink that breathes and bleeds. I keep writing. Every night. Pages fill with scenes from my life, things I would have done, people I would have met. The book keeps growing. And I think it's waiting for someone new to open it. So if you ever find yourself cleaning the city library at night, and you find a red book on the basement shelf, don't touch it. Because it already knows your name. I tried to burn it. That was my last act of desperation before I stopped fighting it. I took the red book home one night, stuffed in a garbage bag with gloves on, sweating the whole walk to my apartment like it might scream or bleed through. I didn't sleep. I set up a small metal bin in my bathtub, lit the matches, and dropped them onto its pages. It laughed. Not in a metaphorical sense. The book laughed. The flames didn't consume it, they danced across the cover, licking the edges like a child's breath on a birthday candle. It shuddered, pulsed, and then it flipped itself open again, to a fresh page I hadn't seen. My name was scrawled in larger letters this time. Beneath it, "The fool tries fire. The fool forgets he was already written." That's when the light bulb above me shattered. Sparks rained down in the bathroom. My phone screen cracked without touching it. Every mirror in the apartment turned dark, and when I looked at them, I saw pages instead of reflections. Pages of me. Walking. Talking. Touching the book. Pages I hadn't lived yet. I left the apartment and never went back. But the book followed. No matter where I go now, coffee shop, laundromat, gas station, I see it. Sitting there, waiting. Always read. Always clean. Sometimes it's on a seat next to me on the bus. Other times it's in someone's hand, though they never notice it. It never opens unless I touch it. I stopped resisting 2 weeks ago. Let it follow. Let it show me things. And now I can tell. I'm changing. Sometimes when I speak, it's not my voice. Sometimes people look at me like they recognize me, like I've been in their dreams or nightmares. My shadow doesn't always move when I do. And just once, in a parking garage late at night, I saw someone who looked exactly like me, standing under a flickering light. They didn't blink. Just watched me. And when I looked down, the red book was open in my hands, though I swear I hadn't touched it in days. Here's what I think, now, the book doesn't just record. It rewrites. Every choice I make. Every step I take. It's not mine anymore. It belongs to the thing behind those pages. The creature in the margins. I think it was once a person, maybe a reader who turned too many pages, someone like me. Maybe the red book is the prison. Maybe I'm the next chapter. Because I stopped seeing my reflection entirely now. Any surface that should show me, shows the red book instead. Open. Waiting. Last night, I opened it and saw a page that hadn't been there before. At the very bottom, written in black blood. The story ends when someone else reads this. When they touch the book. When they let it in. So, this is your warning. If you ever find it, on a shelf, in a dream, in the seat next to you, don't open it. Don't touch it. And if you already have, then it's too late. Because the story's already begun. And your name is on the next page.